His fiancée left him at the altar, not for another man, but for a blank Word document. Alex stood there in his rented tuxedo, the silence of the small church suddenly louder than the organ music that had just stopped. The guests were whispering, a sound like dry leaves skittering across pavement. It was not Anna who walked down the aisle to deliver the news. It was her sister, Chloe, her face a mask of pity and anger. She did not say a word. She just handed him a small, velvet box. For a crazy second, he thought it was the ring he gave Anna. Instead, his fingers found a folded piece of paper. The note had only 7 words. I cannot marry your potential anymore. Potential. That word was a ghost that haunted him. It was the word his professors used, the word his first boss used, the word Anna used when they met. You have so much potential, Alex. He had a brilliant idea, a software concept that could change how small businesses manage their inventory. For 3 years, it was all he talked about. He quit his job to work on it full-time. He sketched designs on napkins, he explained the complex code to Anna until she could explain it herself. But he never wrote the first line of the business plan. The blank Word document on his laptop was his true enemy. It stared at him every morning, the blinking cursor a tiny, black heart, mocking him. Start, it seemed to say. Prove you are not a fraud. And every day, he failed. Now, standing in the ruins of his wedding day, a cold fire ignited in his gut. He would prove her wrong. He would prove them all wrong. Ignoring the confused calls from his parents, he ran from the church, jumped in his car, and drove straight home. This was it. The pain would be his fuel. He burst into his apartment, throwing his jacket on the floor. He opened his laptop. There it was. Business Plan Final V1. Docs. An empty page. He placed his fingers on the keyboard, ready to fight. And then, an email notification popped up on his screen. The sender was George Sterling, Anna's father. A man who controlled a multi-million-dollar investment fund. The subject line made Alex's blood run cold. Your pitch. My office. Tomorrow. 9 a.m. Panic seized him. A pitch. Tomorrow? Anna must have set this up weeks ago, confident he would be ready. It was meant to be a wedding gift, a launch pad for their new life. Now, it was a death sentence. He had nothing. Less than nothing. He had a title on a blank page. For the next hour, he was a machine of useless activity. He made coffee. He cleaned his desk. He searched online for how to write a business plan fast. The blinking cursor on the page seemed to pulse with a life of its own, a tiny black hole absorbing all his confidence. He typed a sentence. The mission of Innovate. AI is to revolutionize. He deleted it. Too corporate. We are changing the game for. He deleted it. Too cliché. The weight of perfection crushed him. This single document had to be flawless. It had to justify Anna's faith, impress her father, and launch $1 million company. Every word he wrote felt stupid and small. The hours bled away. 10 p.m. became 1 a.m., then 3 a.m. The blank page remained. He was in a spiral, falling faster and faster. He started reading news articles, telling himself it was market research. He watched motivational videos on YouTube, listening to charismatic gurus shout about crushing your goals. He felt a brief spark of energy, but when he turned back to the screen, the white emptiness was still there, waiting. He must have fallen asleep, his head on the hard desk. He woke with a start, the gray morning light filtering through the blinds. His phone screen glowed. It was 8:52 a.m. The meeting was in 8 minutes. He had lost. He stared at the single, mocking page, the cursor still blinking patiently. It had won. He had not written a single word. As the final nail in his coffin, a new text message arrived. It was from Chloe. Anna is coming this afternoon to get her things. Please be gone by then. He had not only lost his future, he was about to lose his present and his past, all in one day. He was a ghost in his own apartment, numbly putting clothes into a suitcase. This was the bottom. There was nowhere left to fall. He saw the velvet box Chloe had given him on the coffee table. He picked it up to throw it away, but felt a slight weight shift inside. There was something under the fabric lining. His fingers found the edge of a small, hidden compartment. Inside was a black flash drive. Confused, he walked back to his laptop and plugged it in. A single folder appeared on the screen, for Alex. He clicked it open. His heart stopped. Inside were dozens of files. Market research summary. Docs. Competitor analysis. PPTX. Draft Introduction, Section 1. Docs. Potential Investor List. XLSX. Anna had done it. She had spent months, maybe years, secretly building the foundation for him. She was not waiting for him to start, she was trying to clear the path so he could not possibly fail. This was not abandonment. This was a desperate, final act of love. A surge of hope, the first in 24 hours, shot through him. He could still fix this. He could use her work. He quickly opened a new email to George Sterling. Mr. Sterling, a huge misunderstanding. I was not prepared yesterday, but the project is very much alive. Please see attached introduction. He attached Anna's draft introduction, Section 1. Docs and hit send. For a moment, he felt a wave of relief. He had a second chance. The reply came in less than a minute. Alex, I know this document. Anna showed it to me 6 weeks ago. She was so proud of the work she was doing for you. She hoped it would inspire you to write page 2. My offer for a meeting was a final test to see if you had added a single sentence of your own. I see now that you have not. Do not contact me again. The words hit him harder than any physical blow. He had not just failed. He had been exposed as a coward and a thief, trying to use her secret gift as his own. The blank page had not just cost him his fiancée, it had cost him his honor. He sat on the floor of the empty living room, the laptop in front of him. He was nothing. A fraud who talked about a dream he was too scared to build. He looked at the screen. The document was still open. Business Plan Final V1. Docs. Blank. The cursor blinked. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was not a monster. It was not a judge. It was just a place. A starting line. And in that moment, in the absolute silence of his broken life, Alex finally understood. Anna did not leave him for a blank Word document. She left him because he chose the blank document over her, every single day. He chose the comfort of a perfect, unwritten dream over the messy, imperfect reality of trying and failing. His fear of not being a genius was so great that he preferred to be nothing at all. That was his true choice. With a strange sense of calm, he moved the mouse. He dragged every file from Anna South flash drive into the trash. He emptied the trash. Then, he opened a new, completely blank document. He did not name it. He did not worry about the font or the margins. He wrote one simple, flawed, and honest sentence. The product is for people who are afraid to start. He kept writing. It was not brilliant. It was not perfect. But it was real. 2 hours later, when Anna quietly let herself in with her key, she did not find a broken man staring at a blank screen. She found Alex, sitting in the middle of the floor, surrounded by boxes, typing. He did not look up, but he spoke, his voice clear and steady. "I am sorry, Anna. For everything." She stood in the doorway for a long moment, watching his fingers move across the keyboard. Then, without a word, she turned and softly closed the door, leaving him alone with his new beginning. The most important page of his life was no longer blank.